And also call my own. It will be good for you. Anyway, anyhow it goes, it will be good for me. Yes. Yeah, it will be. Taste it, I know. You'll be good. Shout out the God. I'm not enough fan. Oh, taste and see this year, this season. Yeah.
It will be good for you, no matter what you are going through, no matter what you are experiencing, no matter how terrible the situation is. I have a good news for you. It will be good for you. This Fisayo check on the African Portal Radio TV International, coming to you live from Victoria, South Africa. It's going to be a lovely time. It's going to be a sweet and very interesting time. If you are joining us, please share this program. It's a great privilege to have this woman of God in the studio, and it's a great privilege to also have conversation with her. Fisayo, let me use this time to welcome you to the African Portal Radio TV International. Your music career have done a lot of work of healing and have helped a lot of people out there. Many people have been connecting with us since when we put your poster out that you are coming onto the African Portal. And times such as this is time to say thank you to you and to appreciate you for the great work you are doing in Africa, for making sure that you are promoting the African image and making sure that you keep the originality of the Africa, the Afrocentric face and Afrocentric look of yours. make it unique, and is something that we really appreciate on the African portal. In times such as this, it's time to say well done to you for the great work you are
Thank
doing
you.
on the African soil and for the rest part of the world. I have somebody joining the broadcast, commenting, say something. Shego
Oh,
Israel Adirator.
thank
Shego,
you,
thank you very
Israel.
much, sharing it, keep sharing it. I'm waiting for a lot of people to join this broadcast. I'm waiting for a lot of people to comment, and I'm waiting for a lot of comments on this program. So please, if you are joining this broadcast, please share it, share it. This is the only thing you can do to make this show go viral. So the more you watch it, the more you share it, the more you talk about it, the more people get to know about it. So keep sharing it, keep talking about it. Is the African Portal Radio TV International. This is true live gospel music, African voice on the African Portal. Welcome to the African Portal, everyone. Let me use this time to allow you to introduce yourself to my listeners at home, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you very much, Mr. Dari Uluso, for having me all the way from South Africa. I feel so honored. I feel so privileged to be here. My name is Fisayo, like you said. My birth name is Olufisayo Odebode, but I'm mostly known as Fisayo Czech. And I'm a musician, as you stated earlier. I'm a worship leader. I'm a coach, and I do some sort of social entrepreneurship as well. So basically, that's who I am: a trainer, a musician, an entrepreneur, a
Hmm.
songwriter, a worship leader, and I am super excited to be with you right here to have an experience with you and your listeners on the
Hmm.
show. So,
Thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate that. And as well, we really appreciate, we're so excited as well to see your beautiful
mhm,
face on the African Portal Radio. And keep
mhm.
shining, keep smiling. The smiling coming out of you gets more people into this show, I guess. So keep, thank you very much. And God bless you. Great, good. Thank you very much. I really
Amen.
appreciate the time to connect with this broadcast, and I really appreciate the efforts putting together to put this together. For the last 3 weeks, we've been in contact, try to
Mhm,
organize this to make it a very lovable one and very nice one. Let me quickly take you to a bit of the business of today. Today, we're going to have a conversation regarding your music career, and we're going to talk
mhm.
about what you are doing, and we're going to put you on a kind of tight corner of a throwing some out question to you to, because some of the time there are a lot of things that you have experienced. Some people are going through the same thing now that needs somebody to also encourage them as well. Some
Right,
people are facing
right.
some challenges now that you have faced those challenges and you have come out of it. Your whole story probably will help somebody out there. But before that,
Mm.
let me take this time to allow you, because some people say that no, it's not you. You are not a gospel musician. They say no, it's not. He doesn't look like her. Are you sure she's the one? To prove to them, come in with a song. Let us hear your voice. All right.
Ah, okay. Anyway, anyhow it goes, it will be good for me. Anyway, anyhow it goes, it will be good for you. I'm here to remind you that anyway, anyhow it goes, it will be good for you. There's no
Hmm.
better way to end it, but in goodness anyway, anyhow it goes. It will be good for you.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes.
You can hear that everyone joining us. I can feel the spirit. I can feel it in my spirit that something great is going to happen on this broadcast this hour. Thank you very much for
Oje.
that. You can see now that she's the one. She's the original Fisayo. There is no counterfeit. She's the original Fisayo check on the African portal. Look at that voice without any instrument, without anything. The voice is as if that the angels are singing, and it's like 10 people are singing at the same time. God deposited a lot of gifts inside this great woman of God, and that is what we want to exploit on this program as well. Um, Please let me take this time to take you to a kind of journey. Let's quickly look at the background where you're coming from. What is the
Mm.
journey like? What actually lead you to music? Why music upon everything on earth?
Um, okay, so music is it's an area of gifting for me, and the the easiest approach, I'll say, not so easy, but somewhat easy approach to life is to stay within your area of calling, your area of grace, your area of gifting. I've been singing since my primary school, music and culture club, and all those things from primary school, all those cultural presentations and all of that. And everyone already, had their eyes on me to be talented. Even when I didn't know it already, people already saw the gift and all of that. So, as I grew and I yielded my heart to Jesus, it just became easier to transit from singing in cultural clubs and music clubs to, singing in church and, helping people to worship and lifting up the name of God. So I've been singing since I was really, really young, primary school, say like 4, 5, 6, thereabouts. And like I said, as I yielded my heart to Christ, it became so easy for me to just do it for God because I already enjoyed doing it. And as time went on, I found purpose in it. And, you know, I just rolled with the flow. you know, yeah. So I found purpose. And then, it was just about leading worship for me. I didn't think I was a songwriter. Oh yes, I was writing short choruses that I'll just get from worshiping and all of that. Almost everyone writes songs, while they worship. From singing a song that you are used to and you're very familiar about, before you know it, you start repeating one word over and over again. So for me, I didn't really think I was a songwriter until God instructed me to do my first album. And I was like, what? How am I going to do that? I don't even know how to write full songs and all of that. And I started to pray. I started to talk to God as to how to go about it. And right there and then I started to write, very lengthy songs and, beautiful songs. Uh, you know, and it's been an amazing journey from there. Basically,
Hmm.
I don't know if there
Hmm.
are any specifics that you want to.
No, no, I like what you say. It's been an amazing journey since then. So I mean, when do you discover that is song in you is very, I mean, you discovered that from a tender age, but you grew up in the kind of a way whereby you've been singing in school and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
professionally, what actually give you that boldness to say, okay, if I step out and release an album, people are going to buy it? What give you that confidence?
Okay, so I started singing professionally first as a background vocalist, working for artists, for producers. I've worked with a lot of people. Um, and so I was singing in the background, apart from just singing in church, doing backup vocalist in church and leading worship. I was actually, working as a background vocalist uh, for artists, for producers. And while doing that, I think I was already you know, gathering some kind of strength, some kind of courage, already standing, you know, before really, really massive audiences and singing background and all of that. So I think my professional singing as a background vocalist started, let's say, 2005 or 6 thereabouts. I was already leading worship in secondary school. I was already leading worship at fellowships in church and all of that. But say, actually singing and getting paid as a singer, I think that started about 2006 when I worked with my first artist. The first artist I worked with was Oba, who I don't know if you're familiar with her. So I started working with her, going out with her and stuff like that. And then I got admission into university, and it still went on like that for me. So my first album was released in 2019. So I wrote my first song, I released my first single 2015 or 2016. Made in Grace was first a single before it became an album. So when I wrote that song, it was just me trying out something, I just had the melody in my heart and I put it into writing. And I just said, let me just see what I can do producing a song. And then I spoke with the producer who helped me out, and then we got the song out there. I still wasn't sure maybe I was really going to go into singing professionally as an artist. And if there's anything like that, or I didn't think I was going to be a full-time songwriter like I am right now. So I did that, and everyone loved it. And then fast forward to 2017, God told me to make an album, Made in Grace, and then I started to write the songs while I was praying and asking God for help to make the
Hmm.
album.
Great, 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 great. Thanks to everyone that is joining us. Those of you that you are watching this program on Joshua Luson, thank you very much. Those of you that you are sharing it, thank you very much. Keep commenting, keep sending it, keep sharing it. Let's celebrate the grace of God upon this great woman of God. Let's celebrate our confidence and let's celebrate our achievement. That is one of the greatest things we can do for ourselves. Africa, we don't seem to like to appreciate ourselves. They like to talk down on themselves. What is she singing? What is this? Well, they complain about the people. But when people are not longer here, they start saying good things about them. But we want to change that narrative. We want to tell you to your face that you are doing a great job. We appreciate it. We see your efforts. We see what you are doing in Africa. This is great. Let me quickly take you back to a bit of kind of journey. You start singing, being a leader in the worship, in schools and stuff like that, as well in church. What is the education journey look like? Do you have any other career outside music? And what are the things that you have acquired education wise?
Oh, okay. So I have a Bachelor of Arts in Education from the Obafemi Awolowo University. I studied education English. Hey, hi, Bayo. Welcome, Bayo. Thank you for joining. So, yes, so I studied education English, and so I'm an educationist. I'm a teacher by
Wow.
training. So but I channeled that into empowering teenagers. I still go to secondary schools to do empowerment programs for secondary school students. My target audience is teenagers, so I just focused on the secondary school students since I have a little background in education. And I also train worship leaders. I actually love to train. I love to teach. I love to coach. So it's not just because I went to school to do education, but that, informed, the way in which I go about my trainings, my coachings, and all of that. So apart from singing, like I said, I'm a social entrepreneur. I look for whatever it is I can do to help, people around me, to help the society become better. And one of which is by organizing empowerment programs and promoting self-reliance amongst teenagers and young adults. So yes, so I do that. And then I actually coach worship leaders and aspiring worship leaders.
I like that. I like that. Go to university, Obafemi Awolowo University. You kind of person that's actually, when we're talking about teaching, is part of the things that you love doing. But let me quickly take you a bit back to where you're coming from your background. Is that, does
Mhm.
that mean that the music have been in your generation? Probably somebody is already into the music in your family, that you actually kind of following the step of the person, or you are the first person to do that in your family?
Okay. I wish my dad or my mom was here to give us a little history. So I'm not so conversant with history. But I know that my grandpa, yeah, a lot of people can sing in the family, but I can't really point to anyone who is doing music professionally in the family. Even my father has a good singing voice. I can't say that he's a very good singer, but he has a good singing voice. At least he can harmonize, he can stay on key, and he sounds beautifully when he sings. My mom also, she sounds beautifully. My sister sounds beautifully when she sings. My cousins, I remember during holidays when everyone is at home together, we would all gather together in the sitting room, and then we'll do a lot of songs, use anything we can find as musical instruments. So I would say that there are a lot of a lot of singers, or a lot of people who can sing in the family, but I don't know of anyone who did or is doing music professionally in the family. But I know my grandfather had an accordion or something. Yes, Shagu, he can harmonize. I know my grandfather had an accordion um that I think I saw. I think that thing is accordion. Yeah, that evangelist Ojade that
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah,
uses
yeah, yeah, yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And growing up, my dad loves music a lot. He played a lot of Ebenezer Obey. He played a lot of Sonny Ade in the house growing up. And I know that I have a lot of pictures of me in my dad's very massive headphones in the living room with his turntable. Those were my toys growing up. I'm not sure I know how to operate those things, but I know that I love to be around them. So I think I was really attracted to music growing up. And the fact that a lot of people in the family loved music, they love to play music, they love to associate with people who can sing and all of that. So I would say that my family is a music loving family, but I don't know. Maybe if my dad were here on this feed, he could help us and tell me if there's somebody who used to be an artist or who is an artist, but I'm not aware of anyone who is a professional singer in the
Hmm.
family right now.
Hmm. Let's look at the journey in 2005 when you start singing as a professional singer. You release your first album, and you try it and it works for you. So in the family, you are the first person to take the music career to the next level by becoming a singer professionally. I saw a lot of pictures which I'm going
Okay.
to display some of them on this show as well. Why displaying the picture is to take you back to some memories and to some time. There is a time that you
Oh
are
my God.
ministering in this star. I'm not too sure what is that. Probably you are just a guest speaker there, or what is the connection? What connection do you have? I can see the power. I feel the vibe. I can feel the passion that you actually have. I mean, for that particular performance that you are having there. So take me into a bit of it. What link you to this star?
Can you take that again? What really what? Because I lost you
Link
for
you
a
because
minute.
I see you perform a lot at Daystar. So I just want to understand what is the connection. Are you just a guest speaker, or you are one of the leading praise worship leader in Daystar?
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm a worship leader at Daystar Christian Center.
Oh.
I lead worship very frequently at Daystar Christian Center. Um, and this picture you displayed now was probably one of our nights of worships. Okay, the one where I'm wearing the black leather dress was on a Sunday. I think one of those Sundays or Wednesdays during service. I think I was leading worship, and that was where the picture was taken. Okay, this picture I'm seeing,
Okay.
okay, is a one-on-one coaching that I organized for worship that's coming up soon.
Okay, good. Do you know why I take you through that? I have listened to the great man behind the great stars, and I believe so much in his vision and his ministry. I want to take you to a
Mm.
kind of journey on that. What does it mean to be the member of that church? And what are the unique lessons that you've learned, I mean, from that ministry, personally, on a
Daystar
personal
Christian
ground?
Center is a home of stars and mega stars. Uh, like we always say, when you come into Daystar, if you really listen and you follow the teachings, from the pulpit or from the lessons or from the church for over a period of 3 months, your lifestyle would definitely change, and people around you would see something, amazing, something unique about you that they want to pattern their lives. I mean, after yours. So, Daystar Christian Center is somewhere that you come into, and your life just changes drastically. That people around you begin to see you like a role model. They begin to see you like someone that they want to learn from, somebody that they want to pattern their lives, you know, after.
Hmm.
Um, so our values, righteousness, excellence, accountability, love, and even innovation now. So those are our values, and those are the things that define us, the way we love people around us, our honesty, how excellent we are about the things that we do, our approach to life, you know, and how accountable we are to God, to the society, to our church, to you know basically, people around us and all of that. So Daystar is a very, very beautiful place, and I love, like I always tell people, I love it at Daystar Christian Center. Someone was asking me where in an interview sometime back, that where has been my best stage so far, and I said Daystar Christian Center. Yes, there is a crowd, unlike other places that you go, but that's not the reason. I just simply love it at Daystar Christian Center because of our values, because of what we are called to do, because of our standing in the society, because of our lifestyle, and because we are leadership oriented, and we like to, of course, have a right standing with God, have a right standing with ourselves, and have a right standing within the society. So Daystar is a place to be. And if there's anybody here watching who has never been to Daystar, I think you should try us. You should try Daystar.
You are going to pay, for the advertisement there. So the payment is going you're going to pay for the advertisement. Okay, thank you for that. Do you know why I take you through that? Is that you mentioned something, accountability is one of the things that we lack in this current generation. But I will not take you to that. I will keep that. We will get to that later. Let me quickly take you to a kind of personal things about yourself and the personal look. A lot of people listening to you, a lot of people watching you, a lot of people are following your footsteps. And people start asking me, why is she making her hair like that? What is this hairstyle? What is it all about? Because she doesn't seem to look like, as I know, when she got to the show, I'm going to throw that question to her. Though I
Okay.
love the look. It's typical Africa style, and I like that. I like that. A lot of people have won so many awards through that, being so real, being so Afrocentric, and keep it real. I like that. But as a gospel singer and a worship leader, are you not
Mhm.
facing criticism by the kind of face that you put on? Are you not facing some criticism from people?
Okay, so on a one-on-one basis, I hardly face criticism on a one-on-one basis. But the truth about life is that at whatever point you are in life, you will always face criticism. When you do good, you'll be criticized. When you do bad, you'll be criticized. And good or bad is relative, so it's relative to whoever, to whoever's perspective or idea of what good or bad is. For me, what matters is my standing with God, my standing with myself. I honestly, I will never be able to understand how my hairstyle has anything to do with my walk with God, how my hairstyle has any, I will just, so I usually don't know how to answer that question, not because I don't want to answer it, but just because I've never been able to, and that's what is responsible for me being comfortable with my hair, because I just don't understand the connection, between my hairstyle and,
And
what
your
God thinks
calling.
about me, what I think about myself. So for me, I love to be stylish, and I love making, hairstyles, but I'm usually unable to keep up with going to the salon all the time. So I decided to cut my hair and have a kind of a cut that I don't have to visit the salon too often. I don't have to bother about combing. If you look at it, it's quite rough in the middle. I don't have to bother about combing my hair all the time and still look very stylish. So I love to look nice in, a beautiful hairdo. But I mean, if my hairstylist is here, she'll be able to testify. I'm unable to go often to the salon. I'm just not able to keep up. And I'm angry because I can't do that. So I just thought about it. What can I do, you know, that I won't have to visit the salon all the time, still look stylish, and I won't have to bother combing my hair all the time because I can be really lazy when it gets to that. So that was always responsible for me cutting my hair. And then I said, okay, let me just give some kind of a edgy look, because you will just notice that there's something different about just carrying the short hair. And that was what was responsible for that. So on a one-on-one.
We just have it stop. I mean, a kind of breakdown on our network there. But see, she's explained something very, very lovely there. She's one of the great worship leader that we believe so much in our work, and we believe so much in our music career. She's doing well for herself, and the reason why we are putting her on the spotlight is for us to put some clarity on some certain things that people seem to be like. You don't judge people by their look; you judge people by the spirit inside them and the kind of the words they are dishing out to the soccer to the community. She has been a very great worship leader, doing so well in the music industry, and by the grace of God, her music have cut across to every other part of the world. People are listening to us to her all over the world, and she have dished a very lovely song. And it's one of her songs that I love so much, and I'm going to put it on the spotlight now for us to enjoy it before we continue on this conversation. It's one of the great music that I believe that is going to bless your life. Good for me. Good for me. Good for me. What is good for me? I'm going to bring her back. She's going to explain more about good for me. But let's enjoy that track before we get back to her and continue on this program. Good for me. Let's enjoy it. It's live on African Port Talent.
Through every season, certain on driven, consistent God. And this is the confidence that I have. Oh, you have a perfect plan for me. That every detail will be. And because I love Oh, taste and see this year, this season is good.
Thank you, everyone joining us. Will be good for you. It's unfortunate we just I don't know what happened to the network, but definitely we will get her back onto the track on the Africa Portal Radio TV International. Thank you very much, Fisayo. Thank you for coming back. Thank you so much. I can see you back in the studio. It will be good for me. It will be good. No matter what you are going through, no matter how terrible that situation is, no matter how bad the situation is, I have a good news for you. It will be good for you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. The network just break down there, but thank you very very much. That is just by the way. We are not criticizing that. You look beautiful. I like African look, and I like people that believe so much in Afrocentric
Yeah.
idea. Thank you very much. Let me quickly take you to this. It will be good for me. This
Mm-hmm.
is not your first album. You've had a lot of album before this, but I see more of it on your social platform. I see the way people are really talking about it on your social platform. Your first
Yeah.
album, I'm going to get there, but let's quickly talk about It Will Be Good for Me. What
Mm.
actually inspire you? Why that song in times such as this? And what is going on in your mind when you are putting this song together?
Okay. So, good for me. Of course, the pandemic broke out in 2019, but a lot of people around the world didn't feel the impact until like 2020. So, 2020 came, and then there was the lockdown and all of that. And for us at Daystar, it was our year of rest, even before we knew that, people were going to be grounded at home and all of that. So me being that person that just likes to be everywhere, wants to be up to this and up to that and all of that, find out that I had to be on lockdown. I had to be grounded like every other person, stay at home for a long time, and everything was just looking really uncertain, really really uncertain. We were unsure about so many things and all of that, and thinking and having a lot of introspection, quite unsure about how things would turn out. So I just had to say to myself, anyway, anyhow it goes, there's only one outcome. It will be good for me. Why? Because all things are working together for my good. And also because the Bible says that the path of the just is like that of a shining light. It shines brighter and brighter. So even if I'm unsure of what tomorrow is going to be like, I'm uncertain about it. One thing is for sure: God's promises are yes and amen. His word do not return to him void. And um, as a just, my path is like that of a shining light. It shines brighter and brighter. So if there is nothing else that I'm sure about, I know that it will be good for me because I'm loved by God, I'm called by him, I'm chosen, I'm separated for him. So it definitely has to be good for me. So those were the things going on in my mind, and I was just saying it over and over again. Anyway, anyhow it goes, one thing is for sure: it will be good for me. It
Good
will be
for
good for
me.
me. So I kept on saying that. At a point I started repeating it to myself: it will be good, it will be good, it will be good, it will. And that was why I did that at the vamp. It will be good, it will be good, it will be good for me. It will be good, it will be good, it will be good for me. So, you know I kept on saying it and saying it until the song started taking up, a form. And I said to myself, as we are going into this 2021, I want to release this track so that it can encourage, it can lift up people's spirit, it can inspire hope in their hearts, encourage them, because I'm a natural encourager, like I always say. I like to encourage people. I like to inspire hope. I like to inspire people to actually be able to do whatever it is that God has set in their hearts to do. So, I mean, I thought to myself, January 2021, let me just drop this track as a song of encouragement to people, because as we're coming in, a lot of people were still very unsure of what things would be like. In fact, people had lost hope that, man, so things can just happen like this and everything will just turn upside down. Some people have lost their jobs, some people have lost their spouses, their loved ones to this COVID-19, and all kind of things. So I said, there is no better time than now to put this together as a form and just drop it for people to encourage them and lift their spirit.
I like that. Two things I'm going to do now. That song, where can people get it? You already drop it, it's available. This is a promotional
Yes,
aspect of it. I want as many people to went and download that song because that is full of inspiration. In times such
yes,
as this, when people are facing a lot of challenges, when life becomes so hard on people, it will be good for you. That is the testimony.
mm,
That is what I want you to carry in your spirit that you are going into this new week. No matter what you are going through, know that it will be good for you. Devil can
yeah,
tell you that no, they can write you off. Maybe the doctor already
mhm,
tell you that your hold is finished. Maybe you have
mm,
a report that there is nothing good that will come out of you.
yeah,
Maybe your family have forgot about you. Maybe I don't know, but it will be good for you because God is
yes,
involved. God is involved, and when God is involved, there is solution. The solution is right there. So don't give up. You are about to commit suicide before because of what you are going through now. You want to throw away the towel. You want to give up on yourself. You want to give up on your destiny. You want to give up your career. Don't give up. The power that creates heaven and earth is here on this program. And I have this proclamation to you to tell you that it will be good for you.
yes,
Thank you
yes.
very much, those of you joining this broadcast. Keep sharing it, keep sharing this. Let's talk a bit about your career and about one-on-one coaching. This is a great
Mm.
idea, and I really love it. I'm going to put that as well on the spotlight. Looking very good. And the coaching one-on-one, what is it all about? What do you want to coach people on worship, and how can people get connected to this?
Okay, so this is simply a one-on-one coaching. Usually I have group sessions for people. So I thought about the fact that, okay, since we are going a lot virtual now, and some people really have very personal issues and critical issues that pertain to worship leading in their home churches, in their ministry, that they might want to talk about. They might need somebody to give them guidance and all of that. Yes, Shagun is really to be good for me. They might need guidance and stuff like that. So I said I think it would be good to have a one-on-one coaching only for a few people where they'll have direct access to me, and I'll be able to coach them and guide them into um, effective worship leading, and also they'll be able to consult with me on issues pertaining to worship leading in their home church, and um, um, issues that need to be resolved, like conflicts resolution within their worship team and stuff like that. So it's one-on-one coaching, and it's for a period of 4 weeks, in which we'll meet every week one-on-one. Eventually, everyone might get to meet each other. Everyone who has been part of the coaching session might get to meet each other and network. But the coaching is strictly one-on-one, where I get to answer questions and also provide guidance in terms of worship leading and worship team. So yes, like I said, it's one-on-one, and they'll be able to get access to me just by sending "Coach Me" to the numbers on the flyer, plus 234 817 294 1894. Yes. So they just send a text or a WhatsApp message, "Coach me." And then we get talking. I let them know all that it entails. And then we get it kicking from then. It's just from February to March, not the beginning of February, though. February 16th to March 12th. Every week we get to meet, and then uh, and it's not just meeting every week. It's to your convenience, your own timing, your own schedule. You get to pick the day and the time that is most convenient for you, and that's why it's a one-on-one coaching.
Okay, great. Who are the people that you are expecting to join this? Is it just for people only in Nigeria, or they can join anywhere in the world?
Anyone
Can
can
people
join
join
from
anywhere in the
anywhere
world?
in the world. Yes, anywhere in the world they can join because it's one-on-one. It's not group session, so they might not really be affected by the time zones. Saying, "Oh, okay, it's midnight in my country when we are doing our classes." It's nothing like that because you get to pick the day and time that is most convenient for you. So it could be from any part of the world. Anyone can join as long as you're a worship leader or an aspiring worship leader or a worship team member.
Thank you very much. The reason why I put that on the spotlight is that we actually hosting you to make sure that we talk about all the aspects and the things that is coming from your side. Let's quickly look at the music as a career. Your explanation let us understand that the music is running in the family, in the blood of the family, and stuff like that. But you
Mhm.
took it to the next level. You release your first album, and you pick it up from there. What does it look like? What are the challenges that you face when you are releasing your first album?
Okay, so my first it was a single. Made in Grace was first a single before I made the album. Um my first single. Um so Yeah, definitely finances, funding, let me put it that way. Funding was a big thing for me because at that time, I can't say that I knew what it would cost me to make music, even though I'd been working for artists, I'd never done anything independently. So getting to hear the cost implication and all of that, I was like, wow. And that's for just one song. How about when I want to make a full album? So funding, um and also, I didn't have this challenge, but a lot of people getting the right producer. So we have so many good producers out there, but sometimes, for certain songs, you just need the right producer for that song. Someone who will be able to um, better understand you, better interpret your message, better interpret your artistry, and all of that. So some people have really beautiful songs, but not being well interpreted by the people who have made the music for them. So that could be an issue as well. But my major issue then was funding because I already had my song together, and I had so many people around me who could help me put the song to form. So funding was a major issue for me in creating my first music,
Hmm.
and even my first album. Funding was not the issue, but it required a lot from me that I wouldn't say I particularly had at the time that I wanted to make the album. But I'm grateful for relationships, which I was able to leverage on, even though I paid the bills. But I was able to work with people who trusted me enough to pay them at my own pace and at my own time. So I wasn't under so much pressure to uh, meet up with uh, payment.
When is the turning point in your life? When is the turning point in your life? When you start growing up, there's a lot of things that you'll be doing in life that will be attracting you. When is the turning point that you know that, okay, I have a personal encounter with God, then I understand God more and I understand His purpose for my life?
It was basically when I gave my life to Christ, when I surrendered my heart to Jesus. That I think that's the major turning point in my life because I had been a church goer.
Right.
The family. I mean, I grew up in church. My family went to church, and so I'd been a church goer. But the turning point for me, was while I was in senior secondary school. and it was a meet and break. And I was just the regular girl. I love to dance a lot. I was always going for social nights and social gatherings. I was like the best stepper in my secondary school. If I didn't dance, the party was not complete yet. So it was I had that kind of a childhood. And so along the way, um it was a meet and break, and I went with my family friends to their house on meet and break. And so I attended the teenage fellowship, uh, and he was like a really young guy like me, a very young guy. He was a teenager as well, that was preaching. And I can't really say there was anything in particular that he said to me, but it was just the fact that somebody as young as I was preaching so powerfully. And after I left that gathering, I got home. I was so sober, you know. There was no altar call for us to come out and give our lives to Christ, but there's something in me that woke that day, because when I got home, I wasn't myself. I spent a lot of time alone. I spent a lot of time thinking about my life, what I was up to, what I was about. Does my life have a meaning? Do I have a purpose for this life? Am I just living life recklessly and aimlessly? And, kept on going on and on in my mind for several days. And then I picked up the Bible. My family friends, my family friend, they were talking about reading the Bible, and they just told me, okay, I should read the book of Esther, since my middle name is Esther, so I should read the book of Esther. And then I picked up the Bible, I started to read the book of Esther, and I went on and on reading it, and then from there reading other books of the Bible. And that was how the journey began in Christ, and the journey of self-discovery, purposeful living began for me. And I'll say, being a member of Daystar as well has also had a huge impact on my life, on sticking to a purposeful journey in life, and not just living a life without purpose, not just living a life without meaning. And so, yeah, I'll say, when I met Jesus and coming into Daystar Christian Center as well, have been very, very, very impactful on my life.
Hmm. Thank you very much. This time is fast spending. This time is running very fast, and I still have a lot of things I need to cover with you. We still have to dance to some of your music. We still have to talk about
Yay!
the work that you
Wow.
are doing. But let me quickly look into that. You like dancing, and I love dancing as well. So we're going to get there. We're going to dance a lot of this program as well. But let's quickly look at
Okay,
your
now.
community service, empowering people. How do you go about that, and what are the projects that you have embarked on to help the youth and to help the people in your community?
Okay, so right from when I was in school, I think in my second year thereabouts, when I was having my first teaching practice, I did my first teen summit for the secondary school where I was, doing my teaching practice, and that was my first outing, trying to do something for the community. And then I invited other secondary schools, so that was the first time. So from there, I've gone on to about six local governments, local communities within this southwest. In Ile-Ife, I've been to Ota, I've been to Agege local government, Ikeja local government, I've been to Koshofe local government, I've been to Alimosho. What do we do? We organize teen summits. We teach the students, the teenagers, we teach them marketable skills so that it can promote self-reliance for them. So going into school, my parents weren't really doing very well financially, and I realized that some of the things that I had learned before going into the university were good for me, in that I was able to translate them into financial value for myself. For example, singing. I went on still working for artists, and that's a skill that I had grown, not just a talent. It was a skill that I had grown from working with people, from singing in church. So I went on. marketing it to artists and singing for them while they give me money, and then doing some other things like making punch and selling in school and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, it would be wise to help some of these, young adults before they move into another phase. Right now, when they are still very, very impressionable, what are the things that we can do for them? So we teach them marketable skills. They learn the basics of maybe shoemaking. You pick a skill you want to learn, shoemaking, cocktail making, guillotine, graphic design, you just learn something. And then we go on to teach them leadership, because we live in a society that is very leadership deficient. So we go ahead to teach them something, in leadership. We teach them how to live a very efficient, effective, and excellent oriented life. Some of these things are things that should be part of our learning system in Nigeria. But as we know it right now, we have a lot of challenges with the state of education in Nigeria. So we try to make up for all those extracurricular activities and lessons that people should actually know, like leadership, excellent living, skill acquisition, and all of that. So that and then we also provide counseling and guidance for them as they prepare for the journey ahead into going into universities and choosing a career in life and stuff like that. So those are some of the things that we just do for them. We just empower them to be able to make impact within their society, to be able to make impact in their family, to be able to make impact in their lives, and to just be responsible people in the society.
Hmm. Thank you very much. We are getting to a very important aspect of this conversation where we will be putting your work into the spotlight, where people can get in touch with you. We want as many people to get connected to you when it comes to the music career and some other thing that you just mentioned now, most especially the one-on-one coach program that you already mentioned earlier on. But let's quickly take you back to the line of history. Where are you from originally, if I may ask?
Okay, so I was born in Lagos. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, but I am from Osun State, Ayedade local government to be precise. I'm
Hmm.
from Odeomu, and you know that
Hmm.
Odeomu has a great history from Mudakeke.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
yes, so if we want to talk about history, I'm very rooted and planted in the uh in the southwest. I'm from Osun State, and I'm Yoruba, for people who are not
I,
Nigerians and don't know and don't know what it means to be from Osun State.
I
Yeah.
like what you say, and you'll be surprising why do I put you on that seat and to ask that question from you. You are from Modakeke, you are from Odeomo and Modakeke connected together at Bogo, having a kind of relationship with
Mhm.
Benga Deboye. People from Odeomo, I know them to be something. I know two things about people from Odeomo. They are very outspoken and they are very talented. And that is why I'm not surprised because I
Yes,
take you back
yes,
to
Mati
see the kind of
Akinmalo, Benga
where
Adeboye.
so to see where you're coming from and to know where this skill is coming from, this gift is coming from, because sometimes you have to trace people back to their line of, history to see what exactly which blood is flowing in their body, and now I can understand. But you're born in Lagos, and that's is one of the great things because born in Lagos is another thing for another time. We're going to talk about that. But let's quickly look at the music as a career. Can you say that you are happy to be called a minister or a worship leader? Are you happy with it? And can you say that music have been a very good thing for you
Yes,
financially?
yes, I think, yes,
Financially.
financially. Oh, yes, it's a journey, and music is very, very expensive to maintain. And a lot of people will not know until they get into it to keep the work going on. Not even necessarily to get fame, to just keep the work on a steady move, whereby you make sure that people can still keep listening to you, keep getting acquainted with your work. It requires a lot of funding. And so it may look as though for a lot of young artists and ministers like us, it might look as though the it's not yet as profitable as it should, but there are times and seasons, so you must be willing to pay the price on the journey, to sow the seeds that are required of you on the journey. So I wouldn't say that it's been as profitable as it should be, but I would say that I'm very, very happy to be called a worship leader. I'm very happy to be called a musician, to be called an artist. And I'm very excited about the journey ahead. I'm very hopeful. And I won't I have blessings to count, but I won't count how much has been coming into my pocket in this very few years of facing music professionally as an artist, not just as a singer. I think um, consistency is key, but I'm very happy about where I am right now, and I'm full of hope and expectation for the journey ahead.
Thank you very much. Let me put three questions together so that we can round up this show because another show is coming on immediately after this show. Let's quickly put this together.
Okay.
Have you ever, in any stage of your life, having a problem with your parents in choosing the career? I mean, choosing music as a career, or have you ever, in any journey of your life, having the challenges that your parents doesn't want you to do this, but you want to do it? Have you have that? That is one. Two is, where do you see yourself in music career in the next coming years?
So, one of the reasons why I'm very passionate about helping young adults is because of the challenges that I had as a teenager in getting the understanding that I needed. And so, one of the things that we teach these teenagers is how to balance relationships among their peers, between themselves and their parents and their teachers and all of that. So, at your teenage level, there's a little bit of crisis of identity, crisis of balance of relationship between you and your parents and all of that, and usually take some kind of work for you to be able to get things together. So I'll say for sure that I had challenges, not necessarily because I wanted to go into music, but just conflict of interest. If I can put it that way, where you are interested in certain things or a certain lifestyle or certain ways of just doing things, and your parents think that it's better to do it this way. But you see, that's not the time to go to war with your parents. You give them time. It's not just your parents, even the society, even your friends, even the people who believe in you. Sometimes you see something for yourself and they are not yet there with you. And so you need to be patient enough for everyone to be able to get to that point where they are able to realize that, okay, come on, this person is at least to an extent sure of what she's doing and knows what she's doing. Nobody knows it all. It's always line upon line, it's always precept upon precept, it's always step by step, it's always little by little. It's not everything all at once. But you just have to be patient with people, not just your parents. You have to be patient with people on the journey that you are in, that eventually people will get there with you. And if they never get there, as long as you get there, that's all that matters. So yeah, I've had such experiences, but that even almost threw me off balance, seriously. But we are grateful to God for help. I'm grateful to God for grace. So the second question is where I see my musical career, right? In
Yes, in
in
the next coming years. In the next
next
coming
coming year.
years.
Yeah, I'm grateful for um I'm grateful for the award I received last year as the vocalist of the year. I'm also hopeful that I'm able to put in as much work that is required into the ministry, into my music, to be recognized far and near, for the good works. I'm also hopeful that in the years coming, my music will be household, my name will be household, and my impact, with the grace of God, will be household. So I'm very expectant. I'm very hopeful. I trust God for help. And I keep praying that that my head will be where it's supposed to be part time, such that I don't miss out of what God has in store for me, and I don't miss out of even what um, I have seen for myself in the years to come. So, yes, to be more recognized far and near, to to be household as a name, in terms of impact, socially, and also musically. I hope I
Okay, thank you
come
very
in there.
much. No, I like what you say. I like what you say. We have a show coming up in the next few hours, and we already spent about 1 hour 5 minutes on this show.
That's
But
awesome. Yeah.
I love it and I enjoy it. I believe if I call on you again to be on this broadcast, you would like to be on the African Portal.
By God's grace, by God's
Okay,
grace,
now
as long as the
this
timing is
is
workable.
this is an aspect that is very important to me. How many albums have you released so far, and where can people get it? How can people get in touch with you on social media? You want people to call you? Some people are asking questions. Do you normally sing at the event as well, like a wedding ceremony, like all those kind of a thing? This is the time to sell the product. I leave the floor to you to tell people all that they need to know about you and how they can get connected to you. People need to start calling you. They need to go and start download your music. I leave the floor for you.
Okay. So prior to my debut album, I had released three singles. I released Made in Grace, Everyday Fresh, and All Stars, which are all part of my debut album that was released in May 2019. And after that, I've just released a new single titled Good For Me. They are all available on every platform, on whatever platform you use. It's on YouTube, it's on iTunes, it's on Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Boomplay, Shazam. Wherever you are, you can find the music. Just search for it and then you will find it. On social media, you can follow me at Fisayo Check on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. So my page on Facebook is Fisayo Check, but my name on Facebook, if you want to be my friend on Facebook, is Olufisayo Odebode. But my page on Facebook is Fisayo Check on Instagram, Fisayo Check on Twitter. I'm also on LinkedIn if you'd like to connect with me on LinkedIn as well. On YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Fisayo Check Odebode. You will find me right there on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love to build more relationship with you. I'm very glad on this note in which we have started. I sing in church, I sing at events, I sing at um, Christian gatherings. So you can call on me at any time. +234 81729411894, or you just send me direct messages on my social media.
Okay, the call should base only on business, or if you have events you want to do, nothing more. If you try to call that number for something else, then we'll put the stop on it. Thank you very much, Fisayo, for coming out to be part of this show.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I wish I can engage you more, but time is not on our side to engage
I
you further. But by the
know.
grace of God, I'm still going to bring you back. We're going to have the conversation. We're still going to talk about your tour and your award and how you want to tour the world. You want to tour Africa. People are listening to us in Kenya. People are listening to us in Zimbabwe, in other part of Africa. They want to do business or connect with you. If you are listening to us, you want to be part of what you're doing, or you have a project, you need somebody that can be part of the project, music career or music projects. Fisayo is somebody I can recommend to you. You can call us on +27787033584. We now become a manager here in Southern Africa. So if you are in Southern Africa, you want to get connected to Fisayo, call +27770333584 is the number to call. Fisayo, you are now on the spotlight, and your work, your music is on the spotlight, and people are listening to you all over the world, and people will still be looking at me, watching this program afterwards. So please keep sharing it, keep talking about it, keep doing what you are doing. You are doing great, and I believe you will get there by the grace of God. Before we go, we need to dance a bit to some of your music. Let's dance to your music and be saying goodbye from there. Fortunately, the time is not permitting us to engage you more than this, but I really enjoy it, and I thank
Come
you very
on.
much for coming out. I have one of your songs that I love so much. I've been saying it and I've been listening to it. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Let's quickly have that on board
Fine. I
as
had
we'll
a
be
great
calling
time.
it a close from here. Do it again.
Thank you.
It's something that you need to watch out for. Go and get it. Check. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Be good and remain blessed. Share it.
Oh,
Tell people more about the African portal. Look at your camera before I put that song up and say, keep watching the African portal. Do that. Look at your camera and tell people, keep watching the
thank
African
you.
portal.
Thank you so much. Amen.
Yeah. Now tell your fans that is watching you, tell them they must keep watching the African portal. Are you still there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, look at your
Thank you.
camera.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Look
so
at your
much. Such an
look at
honor and
your
privilege to be here.
look at
I
your
appreciate it.
camera. You're welcome. Look at your camera and say, keep watching the African portal.
Please keep watching the African Portal Show. Keep watching the African Portal Show.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Let's dance to this. Let's enjoy it.
Yes, yes,
God bless you.
yes, yes,
Do
yes.
it again is the music. Enjoy it and God bless you. Have a beautiful Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the week. God bless you.
Hi, this is Fisaya Check. Please keep watching the African Portal Show.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Woo!
Wow.
Yes.
Let's enjoy this from Fisayo as we are giving it
Amen.
and calling it an head. Thank you very much, everyone. Join us next hour as we'll be bringing Michael template back onto the spotlight. Thank you very much. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye
Amen.
for now.
Bye.
You walk the mountains, and I will.